Hi folks, welcome to Let's Go Car Cruising. My name's Mark and I'm a certified car nut. I go to car shows, cruise nights, cars and coffees, anything where there's automobiles and wheels, and I get the stories because the stories are where it's at. Tonight, back down in Foxboro, Mass, at the home of the New England Patriots, the Bass Pro Shops Cruise Night. And I'm sad to say this is the final one for the year, but don't lose hope, folks. There's still some weekends left with car shows during the day on weekends, and I've got plenty of cool stuff planned for even after that, so you're going to want to hang out and stick around. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, hit the like button, smash the subscribe, and ring that notification bell because there's a lot more cool stuff coming on, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Thanks to my friend Bill from the Fox Body Phantom. We finally crossed paths tonight. He's got a great channel. Check it out. I'll put a link to it in the description. And we're all a bunch of car guys out having fun, looking at cars, going to car shows. So thanks for watching. Without any further ado, let's get to it. Let's go car cruising. A neat little Pontiac Ventura. And it's got 350 badges on it. Solid looking car. It's got the Pontiac dual tips. And not a Nova, it's a Ventura, and it's kind of cool. This is Orlando, and this is his 1937 Mack Jr. And it was made by Rio for Mack because Mack wanted to enter the market to compete with Ford, Chevy, and Dodge. He found this truck in a neighboring town and appeared to be missing some parts. And lo and behold, all those missing parts were next to the truck in a shed. So he bought it, he restored it, and it came out just absolutely stunning. It's lacquer paint on it that's held up really well, and very, very, very rare vehicle. And this could be the only one left with a 4-cylinder engine. So thanks, Orlando. Bad on me for losing the interview, but we'll catch you soon. All right, we're here with Rich, and Rich is going to tell us about this really gorgeous 62 Biscayne?
Biscayne.
Okay,
Biscayne.
I didn't know if that was a model name or...
It is. It's a model name. It's the lowest entry level for 62.
Okay.
Was the Biscayne. It was the cheapest model you could buy.
Sure, plain Jane, bare bones.
Jane, yeah.
And
absolutely.
The trick was to stuff a big motor in them, and
back in the day it was. Yeah. There weren't too many of them. This car isn't a matching number car.
Okay.
It was originally from the factory. I have the build sheet. I found the build sheet when I was building the car. It was a 6-cylinder standard car.
Okay.
But everything
doesn't matter now. It's cool.
It is. Yeah. I built it the way I wanted. You know.
Yep.
I mean, some people maybe don't like it, but it's like
that's okay.
It took 3.5 years.
All right.
So, on and off, and I would guess, I figured 3.5 years, an hour a day, but I never kept track of that. So I'm saying, all right, about
sure
1,300 hours or something.
Okay.
I'm just guessing. And it has a brand new chassis out of a 64 that never had a bolt on it.
Oh.
Because the chassis that that was on it was not very good. It wasn't rotted, but it was patched up and it was not good.
Okay.
The body was all original sheet metal. The floors I replaced. One was soft, so I cut out the floors and replaced the whole floors. And
sure.
Other than that, I decided I wanted a red-on-red car. And it ended up being pretty red.
It works. Is this a particular
this color is
red?
It's not a Chevrolet color.
Okay.
I didn't back in. I think it was Roman red. Back in the day.
Yes.
And to me, it looked a little on the orange side, and I did not.
Right.
I didn't want it. And a friend of mine, he was building a street rod, and he was experimenting with different reds, and he showed me this, and he says, "I'm going to paint mine this." So I said, "All right." I said, "I'm going to do the same, and you'll see a whole car before, instead of just a spot."
Sure. Right.
Like I say, it runs good. Everything's new. Every nut, bolt, washer, and screw is brand new on it.
and 409 in it, and
409, yeah.
down the road it goes, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Awesome.
People think it's fast. I don't think it's fast, but again, our other car's a C8 Corvette. So
Sure, right. Yeah, there you go. I got you.
But yeah, that's about it. Really, it run no. It has. I put disc brakes on it. Front disc brakes when I was building it, so I could.
And you said you lowered it a little bit.
I lowered it. It's 4 inches. It's lowered 4 inches.
Okay.
Yeah, drop spindles in the front with 2-inch lowering springs and 4-inch springs in the back. And it was just a little, when I put the body back on, it was just a little too low for my liking in the back. So I took the shocks that the gas shocks that I had in, and I put air shocks.
Okay.
I just wanted to raise it a 1/2 inch.
Right.
You know.
It worked.
It was just my.
The stance is wicked, so it's cool.
Thank you.
Well, Rich, thanks for taking the time to say
Mark,
hi
thank
and
you.
tell me about the car, and have a ball with it, man.
I will.
And it's I'm sad that it's the last cruise night here, but
it is what it is. But there's always next year.
There's always next year.
Right.
All right. Well, we'll see you next year then. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark.
So I gave her a bath today, and we took her out. And the guy at the entrance kind of looked at me funny when I said I wanted to show it. But this is a 2007 Volvo S60R. And that makes it a little bit different. I added the spoiler to it. The spoiler was part of the body kit. I don't particularly care for the side skirts, but I really like the way this factory spoiler looks. And other than that, car is pretty stock. Got a different front bumper, different front grille with the R in it. It's got bigger 17-inch wheels with Volvo R-coated Brembo calipers. It's 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive, about 300 pound-feet of torque, I think. This one is a 6-speed automatic Geartronic transmission, 3-position adjustable suspension, comfort, sport, and advanced. And it surprises a lot of people because unless you know what an R is, it kind of looks like a regular Volvo. But like I said, the front bumper is different, the rear bumper is different, and wheels, it sits a little bit lower, and it'll surprise a lot of people, which is kind of fun. But we took it out tonight and took it for a ride. All right, we're here with Paul, and Paul's got this nifty little Studebaker police cruiser. So tell me the story of this one, Paul.
Well, I've had my eyes on this like 15, 20 years, and I told the owner, who I don't really know, but I know through a friend who lives near him, if you ever want to sell it, I'd like to have a first opportunity. 15, 16, 17 years later, it happened this spring. And he said he was ready to sell it. He needed to relocate. He needed to downsize. He gave me a very fair price.
There you go.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime offer. They only made 30 of these in 1964.
So it's a 64. What model is it?
It's basically like the Lark Daytona, but it's an R1. It's got the Avanti-powered supercharged engine.
Oh!
So it's like the 289 Studebaker with the R1.
Okay.
So it's got a little good pick-me-up, too.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So they made these as like promotion to try to be police cars? Or?
They really made them per order, but
Okay.
they made a few extras. This is one of the extras. It was never used as a police car.
Okay.
But I was just very fortunate to get my hands on it. I mean,
yeah.
they use them in South Bend.
I see the decals on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Marshall is the exact term. It's a Studebaker Marshall pursuit car. So that's what they call them.
Wow.
But it's a V8. It's runs pretty good.
Yeah.
It sat for 17 years at the person's house inside his basement. He had like a big former bakery, and he kept it in the basement.
So shaking the bugs out of it.
Yeah, it's a little sputtery, but
yeah.
I've got a great mechanic in Northborough. He only works on Studebakers.
Mm-hmm.
He rebuilt this engine 20 years ago for that guy.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe 18 years ago, something like that. So it's got a great engine. But I'm just I'm gonna drive it.
Right.
Like that's
Absolutely.
what I have them for. I have two others. I have a Lark 60 Lark and a 66 Daytona.
Okay.
And this is a 64.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's been fun.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks for taking the time to say hi and tell me about the car. And
Yeah, thank you.
Continued success with it and enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah, I'll see you at some future shows.
We'll be out there.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Sharp Chrysler New Yorker convertible. Wow, and is it big? And the tail fins. I'm not sure. I'm going to look at the plate. So it's a 57. Could be a 58. I'm not sure. Massachusetts plates were every other year back then. So it's that vintage. What a beautiful car. Pretty much looks like an original interior. And there we go. Chrysler New Yorker. So we're here with my friend Bill. Bill, it's great to meet you, man.
Yeah, good to meet you.
And finally we crossed paths.
I know, we've been trying for a while.
We've been watching each other's videos.
That's right.
Because we do. We just, car guys, we watch car videos, right?
That's it. We just talk about cars.
What better fun can you have?
You can. The car scene's so cool. And Mark is, you know, we were chatting a while. I told him he's on one of my videos, one of my favorite YouTube channels. I love his.
I got to make one of those. I got to make one of those.
Yeah, what I love about you though is just the ability for you to kind of be natural and just talk to everybody's awesome. So
yeah. Hey, we're having fun.
We do.
We're having fun. So check out Bill's channel, the Fox Body Phantom.
Fox Body Phantom.
I'll put a link up to it in the description down below, and we'll go out there and we'll have some fun.
Yeah, we appreciate you, and we hope to catch you more next year, maybe even at the Walpole show for the Veterans Day.
And we'll be out there.
Awesome, Mark. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bill. Good to see you.
You too, bro. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate you.
All right, we're here with Ed, and Ed's got this really cool Corvette sports wagon. So tell me about this one, Ed.
So it's a 1971 Corvette sport wagon. It was built by Chuck Miller up in Michigan. He was a former GM guy that he designed the station wagon kit for Eckler's Corvette, which was the premier aftermarket Corvette company. And he made the kits for Eckler's, but this is his own personal car for 50 years.
Oh.
So he drove it until he couldn't drive it anymore, and I picked up at the Mecum auction last January down in Kissimmee, Florida.
I see.
It's a 71 Corvette, 350, automatic, air conditioning, power steering, power brakes. It's got a 70s velour interior. And I thought about changing it, but that's part of the allure of being an untouched 1970s
Absolutely.
build.
That's the way he drove it.
Yeah. And so he used to sell the kit through Eckler's, and it has a different front end. So you'll notice on that car over there has a vacuum door, windshield wipers, and vacuum headlights. So he eliminated both of those and put on a later model cowl induction hood, which is a 73 and later hood.
I see. Okay.
So it did away with all that vacuum.
The stuff that used to cause problems.
Exactly, you know, and it still has T-roofs. The back is accessed through flipping the seats forward.
Oh, okay.
The story is that there was this drummer up in Detroit that had a Corvette and he wanted to bring his drum set to gigs.
Okay.
So Chuck designed this kit, and he could fit his drum set in the back. There's one issue that I would like to change, but I probably won't because I'm trying to keep it the same as it was built 50 years ago. The back window does not open.
Oh.
And I thought about making it operable, but I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
It has the bubble tail lights, obviously. These were the chrome bumper cars.
Yes.
In 75, they went to the rubber bumpers. So 74, 75, they went to the rubber bumpers. And it runs good. I took it down to Corvettes at Carlisle in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And if I wish I had $1 for every picture that was taken of this guy, because everyone says the same thing. I've never seen one.
I remember them back in the magazines in the day. Yeah.
I remember them back in the magazines because this in 1972 it was on Car and Driver, the Corvette Sport.
Oh, okay.
And
so what led you to this one?
I got caught up in the auction hype. I was at Mecum auction last January.
Yep.
They auctioned off 4,500 cars. So I was there for a couple of days, and I'm right up front, and they're auctioning a car every 5 minutes. 425 cars a day. So I get caught up in the auction hype. This rolled through. I threw, because I had never seen one in person myself.
Okay.
I threw a number in there, and I wound up with it. And I shipped it home. It got home before me because it was snowing here, so I shipped it to my buddy's shop. He unloaded it, and it had been in storage for quite a while. So there was a couple of issues. It wouldn't idle. It was blowing black smoke. And the carburetor kept getting fouled with rust from the fuel lines. But I've sorted all that out. I rebuilt the original Rochester quadrijet carburetor and a new fuel pump, flushed the lines, and it's running like a top now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Imagine what can happen when you sit in the front row of an auction, right? Surprise!
Yeah. As my girlfriend says, keep your hands in your pocket.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thanks for taking the time, Ed. I appreciate it. And wonderful story. And enjoy the heck out of the car.
Yeah, I will.
Got to give the C4 Corvettes a little bit of love here. This one's an 86 convertible with pace car graphics on it. All the 86s were pace car editions, but I believe only the yellow ones were the ones used on the track. But this is really cool. Nice shape, top-down cruiser. And next to it is the last C4. This is a 96 collector edition. This one's an automatic, so it's got the 300 horse LT1. But the standard 6-speed transmission cars came with the 330 horsepower, yeah, right, LT4s. Fun little cars anyway, and top-down Corvette C4 fun. Gotta love them. So this is a Lucid Air, and wow, heard about one, just never seen one in the wild. And the lines on this car are amazing. Just gonna get a quick walk around. I don't usually pay attention to new cars, but this is really sweet. Come take a look at the inside of it. Kind of more involved, more going on than a Tesla. And the back seat space, oh my God. A big guy can sit in the front and the back at the same time. That's really cool. Brand new Lucid Air. Here's another pair that beats a full house. We've got the Lotus and a Lotus. We'll take a look at the red one first. Lotus Esprit. The frunk. And take it inside. And this is a turbo. Okay. That's really cool. And next to it is the Avora 400. Don't know much about this one, other than it's a cute little sports car. Check it out. So new GT3 RS and not so new 911. Wow, that's a really cool pair. I enjoy how the Carreras, the 911s, and I know the newer ones aren't really 911s, but they're the same style. You can tell what it is. It's grown up, it's matured, it's gotten bigger, but you can see the heritage there, and you can tell what it is, which is really cool. I enjoy that, and I appreciate that. Not being a Porsche guy, I don't know much else about them, but that's pretty cool to me. A couple of Mopar convertibles. We got a Plymouth Fury and a Dodge Coronet, I believe, next to a big block Chevelle. And we've got a row of Corvettes here. Different generations. Fun stuff. Let's just take a walk here. 55 Bel Air hardtop. Hot rod truck. Looks like, I don't know, 35? I'm not sure. I think that's a 35, but correct me if I'm wrong. A-body Monte Carlo. Looks like an SRT Jeep. I don't know much about that. And 392 Hemi. I believe this is a 58 Fairlane. I'm going to take a walk around it real quick because DJ's music is a little loud, but it's really kind of cool. Been nicely restored. And interior with a 4-speed. But the money shot is right there. 427 dual quad. Yikes. Hold on to that one, boys. Wow, that's really cool. A couple of exciting cars here. The Acura NSX and a 12-cylinder Ferrari. Don't really know what model it is, but it's wicked cool. Long nose. Front engine. Sinister Black. So I circled back around and got this one because he wasn't here the first time, but Wheeler is going to tell us about this really beautiful Pontiac Star Chief. Is that what it says?
Yep.
Okay. What year is this?
1957 Pontiac Star Chief. Been in the family just over 40 years.
Wow, that's a cool story.
My dad bought it back in around 1980. Started restoring it, and he had my sister. He had me. He bought 2 cars the same week I was being born. And this car just always sat. He had it painted after he stripped it, and that's as far as the car ever went. 2017, dug the car out of the garage, washed it, and my father's health was declining at that time, and I asked him, let's finish the car. Told me to have at it. We ended up rebuilding the motor and transmission. And that's when I guess it started. I started working nights, weekends, took time out of work, holidays to get this car back on the road. Started September 2017, September 30th, 2017, and finished it in end of August of 2018.
So that wasn't too bad.
It wasn't, but every night, every weekend.
Right, yep. A lot of hours.
Ton of hours. 4th of July weekend, I was putting the front bumpers back on. I had friends, invite me over to, drink and do the whole cookout thing. And I was outside under a tree putting this car back together.
Yeah.
Did get to enjoy it a couple of years with my father before he passed.
Well, that's the best part.
Yeah.
All the work is worth it.
Yeah. Oh, it truly was. I did a lot of things that I've never done before. I installed the headliner by myself, learned how to do fiberglass work by repairing these seat skirts. Since then, I've also done probably about a dozen pairs for other people.
Because you can't find them in a catalog.
You really can't. And every single pair I've ever seen, they break.
Yeah.
This car is painted lacquer paint. It's silver beige and raven black. We have a 2-door custom Safari at home, painted the same color combo, except for black, it's charcoal. But it's been in the family for just over 40 years, and before my dad passed, he gave me this car, and I try to enjoy it when I can.
Try to enjoy it when you can. Well, thanks for bringing it out to share it with us tonight. And wow, I mean, you see the 57 Chevys everywhere, but
yeah.
I like the different, the unique, the obscure, and the hard to find, never seen. So, amen. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Love it. Great. Thanks.
Yep. Thank you.
These trucks are usually here. Kids love them. Good to see them. The Massachusetts Military Vehicle Collectors Club. What a commitment to save one of these, and thank you for your service. I'm finding way too many black, sinister, cool-looking cars, and this is one of them. And there's no owner around to talk to about it, but this was just a base model Chevelle, 64, post coupe, but this one's got a little bit custom going on. 5-speed, 5-speed on the floor, custom buckets, and the LS motor under the hood. Wow, that's really sharp. Check out this little Dotson 1600 pickup truck. These things just didn't survive, especially up here in New England, because they rusted. But this one's not only survived, it's been customized a little bit. Yep, that's the noisemaker. And I don't think it came with something like that in it, especially with the turbo. What a cool little truck. Wow. When I come across a black paint job and I can look down the side of it and it doesn't wave back at me, that catches my eye. Because black is impossible. Not impossible, but it costs an obscene amount of hours and therefore money to get straight. And this GS400 is really straight, really flat, and it's got a 4-speed in it. How much cooler can that be? Wow, I love it. Here's the street graffiti boys. They arrive in style, they cause a ruckus, they make a lot of noise, and then they drop things on the ground. What a bunch of cool trucks. What a way to arrive. There you go. And they hang together. Cool stuff. Saw this one from a distance, and I like the plate, the 32 plate, and it is just cool. 32 Ford, 3-window coupe. Been modded a little bit, got late model front suspension on it, but that's okay. We'll come take a look. What a sharp interior too. Wow. Beautiful. 32 Ford, Little Deuce Coupe. There you go, folks. Cool little 66 Bronco. Says he bought it new. They use it and break it and put it back together. And it is cool. 66 Bronco. I'll take a quick walk around this one. Probably going to have to mute the music in the background out of this. Going to quick walk around. It is really cool. Nicely restored Fairlane 500 with 289 in it. Stock dog dish hubcaps and the cruise night winner for tonight. Wagon. And it's really cool too. And if you can see that under there, yeah, those are big wheels. Hey, what a nice touch that is. Center exhaust. That's a wicked custom ride too. Someone sitting inside. I can't really get too much of the inside of it, but pretty custom under the hood. And winner tonight as well. And girls like cars too.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. There you go.
My friend Cheryl's got a red eye.
Wow. Sinister Black. Gotta love this one. Wow. Woo. Hey folks, that's all for tonight here at Patriot Place, the home of the New England Patriots, Gillette Stadium, the Bass Pro Shops in Foxboro, Massachusetts. Their last cruise of the year. But don't worry, there's still a couple of car shows coming up on the next coming few weekends. And we're going to get out there and we're going to cover some more stuff and see some more cool cars. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, hit the like button, smash the subscribe, and ring that notification bell because, like I said, there's more cool stuff coming and you're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for watching. Been greeted by several people here tonight. Again, met my friend Bill. Check out his channel. The link will be in the description. And we're all car guys out watching car show videos and car girls too. The girls that like cars are cool. So there's still some time. Get out there, use your cars, have fun, take a kid for a ride, inspire a young person to get into the hobby because we're only caretakers for these vehicles and we need to do better as a group to inspire the youth. Again, let's go car cruising.